Thirsty.
Ooh, 4 vials, 5 antidotes, 6 vials, 6 vials. Ooh, 5 vials, sorry, 5. Where you going? Hi. Hi.
Hey, watch it, you're fucking up the board.
Relax. You're losing anyway.
Can you hear that? God.
Where you going? Adam Gray, oh Adam Gray, oh Adam Gray. Adam Gray. Get to go and we do it. Here we go and get to go. Everybody goes and we do it. 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 Everybody goes. Okay. Here's hoping for a new day, a better outcome. We're going to try some of the most obvious things to try and fix this. I need my lights. This cursed triple bypass. I'm telling you. This thing is absolutely cursed. I don't think I'm ever buying from this seller again, that's for sure. Oh, my desk is in such disarray from yesterday. Okay, let's get a little bit organized. I'm gonna need the soldering iron. The first thing I'm gonna try is changing the jumpers on the triple bypass. Let's make sure my cameras are working. Yes.
Step A-A-A-A-U-U-G-G-H-H-H-H-H-H-H-Auga.
H. Hey. Hey. That's pretty good. Oh boy. Hi, Scap. How are you doing? So I did confirm that the RGB encoder chip
Hi.
on the on this
Good
board.
HBU.
Yesterday when you came in, my stream crashed like immediately, and you just said F, and I didn't know it crashed, so I didn't know what was going on. And I think you thought the stream ended like right when you came in or something, and that you missed it, and so you just said F. I don't know what happened. Sorry about the stream issues. F. My graphics card driver, the new one for NVIDIA on my stream computer, it's not well liked. I need to buy a new graphics card for my stream computer, which I'm going to. I'm going to try and get the Intel Arc A310, I think. It's like $120 for the stream computer, because I want the AV1 encoding for YouTube and hopefully Twitch eventually. So we'll see how that goes. But I need to, I'm waiting for some payments to come in before I can actually afford it. I need some money, so.
Oh, is it good for that?
Well, it has AV1 encoding, so good. I hope so. If it's not, I'll return it, and then we'll find out. We'll find out. All right. So here's the story, right? This chip on this board. So I have two of these boards that I bought, and so this board, we're having the low output on the left audio channel, and so I swapped out this board and I put this one on, and we were still getting the low output, but we also weren't getting red. So the RGB encoder chip that lives on this board wasn't outputting red. So I took the one off this one, because we know the colors were working when I had this board on, and when I tried to put it on here, some of the traces on the board kind of fused and to ground. So I had to mask the board. Then I put the chip down and I ran jumper wires from this capacitor to those two legs, and then I put solder mask on here to protect those cables and keep everything on. The seller on eBay is actually sending me a new encoder chip to solder back onto this board, even though this sync via is burnt out. There's no via. I'm worried that there's no via. No, there still is on S. So anyway, if there's not, I can run jumper wires on this. This is for my console. This one I'm probably gonna keep this console now and sell the other one. I don't know. I might buy a new triple bypass board and put it on here. Or I mean, it's functional. It works. we just need to fix the audio. So we're still having the same audio issue. So what I did last night to troubleshoot after dinner was I switched the left and the right audio channels. Sorry for the shaking. YL and YR. I switched them, and I guess no, that's fine. So I switched them, and the right and left audio switched, but the left output channel for the audio was still very quiet. So that leaves us with, it's either an issue with this DIN connector, or it's an issue with a component on the left, on the circuitry for the left audio, which is the C21 cap and resistors and capacitors going from here all the way up. So I'm going to try and bridge C right as a first step, because you're supposed to do that if there's a resistor missing on the board, which there isn't as a resistor missing, but maybe it still needs to be bridged on this revision. Come on, bridge for me, baby. Yeah. So we just need a quick bridge. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it does need to be bridged. And now I'm going to test it. And if it's functional now, then we'll know it's that.
There goes Heidi.
Hello. Oh, hello. Tacos is coming over tomorrow. Oh, that's the wrong one. So yesterday I kept breaking things, but then kept fixing it as well. So there's that. Alright, let's see if we've got a signal. Okay, we do, and all our colors are present. Okay, 240p test. Alright, we'll do the CD version, that's fine. And we'll see if we've got any sort of legs. If the audio is still leaning on one direction or the other. If it's just this jumper, I'm gonna be so mad. Because it really could be. Oh, wait, the cable has...
What did the shy pebble wish for? That she was a little bolder.
Okay. Audio test. Sound test. Nope, it's still right heavy. So that jumper is not... It's not the issue. Yeah, even the CD audio is right heavy. I can see it on the meters in OBS. That is everything. Everything is right heavy on the board. So I was doing some readings on the components on the line, and they read differently. So we may borrow since this one was having the same problem, we may borrow this is this little chip here, this 47 UF 10 volt capacitor is the right audio channel, and this 47 volt 10 volt is 47 UF 10 volt is the left channel. So we may take since this board was having the exact same problem, which is really strange. So if I swap over the right channel capacitor from this one to the right channel to the left channel, and that fixes the issue, then we'll know both capacitors on both boards had a problem. Now I'm getting some of those in, I hope, and we'll be able to you know, hopefully fix this issue. If it's just a capacitor. But again, I'm never buying. If it is, I'm not buying these cheap. Not from here. I'll try from AliExpress. But I gotta get some more Genesis consoles in to do that kind of testing. Okay, so I think that's the next plan of action. So let me show you guys what I mean here. So if we read this, let's go to capacitance mode. We read this capacitor. That's showing 18 nanofarads. That's there we go, 47.04 nanofarads. We read this one. Takes a second. 24. See, even this one's reading low. They're the same. They should be the exact same. So if we do this on the board, this one. Come on. This is very not accurate right now for some reason. 10 nanofarad? That's not right. $53 UF. That's a little high, but it's closer. Let's read this one. 359 nanofarad. Well, that's just way off. Okay, 52. Oh, now it's kind of reading better. Well, that's interesting. Let's go to diode mode and see the voltage drop. Zero 0.8, 0.8, 0.7, 0.8. I don't know, guys. All I know is when I switched left and right, the left channel is coming out of the right channel just as loud. It's the same problem, so that tells me it's got to be a problem with this. It could also be a problem with this DIN connector. So if we swap this, let's make sure this is the correct. So surround left, I think. Yeah, it's connected to this cap here. So if we swap out this for this one over here on this board, and it doesn't solve anything, nothing changes, I think I'm gonna have to replace the DIN connector. I think that's the last hope for solving this issue, unfortunately. So let's get a little bit of gotta get the fume extraction music. Okay, we're just gonna flood it with solder. Oh no, my microscope camera has decided wanted to freeze. Okay, sorry for the shakiness. Just gonna try and get in here. Oh, there we go. So that's the questionable cap off. Let's get that out of the way. Same thing. Just add some here. Add some solder here. Okay. Just try to heat this up. Okay, that one's off. Okay, well let's just try that. I want to do it with the other cap. So this is a maybe an attempt 2. I want to do the right channel one because the boards are having the same issue, and I know that the right channel is good. There we go. Okay, let's get that one on this board. I don't know how to make this more stable, unfortunately. I need a different arm, I think. This one loves to bounce around. Okay, we just need to get this on there real quick. Doesn't have to be perfect, because we're just kind of testing. I don't know that I'm going to be able to sit it super flush. I mean, it's on. It's not pretty, but it's on there. Let's see. Let's see. What happens now? Ooh, sorry, Aaron. I'm gonna be really happy if this fixes it. It's fixed. It's fixed. It's that. It was the capacitor. How is that cap was bad on both boards? On both of them. I'm gonna have to email him, message the seller again and tell him. The cap was bad on both boards. Both of them. The exact same cap. I already heard it. I already saw it in OBS. It's fixed. It's it's fixed. The capacitor was bad. What the heck? Oh. Both boards had a bad cap on the right audio channel in the same spot. I gotta go to Reddit and update my post. Oh my god, can you believe that? That's absolutely crazy. I ordered two boards, one with a bad encoder and one with both with a faulty 47 UF 10 volt capacitor on the same side, in the same spot. How is that even real? How am I that unlucky? Oh my god. Let's edit my post. Update 2. Fixed. It was the bad cap. Amazing. Took the right channel 47 UF cap from the other board and replaced the left.
So it busted a cap.
Not just one busted cap, two busted caps on two different boards. Two caps, the exact same cap on the exact same line for both boards. Brand new boards I bought off eBay. Brand new. And this one came with a faulty encoder chip too. Or the one that's on there now. I took the good encoder chip off this one and soldered it on the Genesis. The exact brand new. Well, no, they probably are new. They're just using really cheap components. So I'm actually going to replace the 47 UF caps on well, this is if I keep. Okay, here's the question. Which one do I sell? I now have two Genesis Model 2s. Which one do I sell? They both function now. They both work. Actually, we got to test this with the 32X to be sure. But look, CD audio should play. I can't believe it. It's perfectly down the center now. It's not leaning at all. Replace the left channel. I can't believe this is blowing my mind. That both of these boards had the exact same capacitor was bad. How is that even real? How is that a real situation, a real scenario? And one of them had a bad encoder chip. Left channel 47 U up cap with the right channel cap. And now the audio is perfectly balanced. No more. Oh, so the left channel cap was out of spec / bad. Insanity! This is blowing my mind. I can't. I'm not happy. I'm not thrilled. Oh my god. It was a bad cap the entire time. Oh, I didn't even have to go through the trouble.
At least it's fixed.
Okay, yes, it is fixed. Let me Artisan, I'd actually really value your opinion on this conundrum that I have. I need an outside perspective that makes sense. Okay? But let me just
Lay it on me.
let me go over the situation in
Today, a
full.
man knocked on my door and asked for a small donation towards the local swimming pool. I gave him a glass of water.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So I've got 2 Genesises now, right? So I need to sell one. I don't need 2 Sega Genesis Model 2s. I only need 1 for me. And we still need to test this one. It should work, assuming that it does work. That the 32X, because it did work before. I don't see why it wouldn't work now. In fact, we can just test some of this functionality. While we sit here and gab a little bit, the EverDrive crashes the consoles around this on the same. So if I do Sonic and Knuckles, this will have issues. And I don't know if we're gonna have proper audio. No, we do. I can hear it. It's totally fixed. I can't believe it's fixed. I can't believe that. Yeah, there's no graphical issues here. It would freeze right here if there was issues. We're good. Everything is good. Okay. So I'm still going to test the 32X, but I got to put the whole console back together for that. Okay, so let me show you, right? As a buyer, think about this from the perspective of like you're buying. You're gonna buy a Genesis, right? So I've got 2 of these triple bypass boards. One is a VA0, so it's like the very first revision Sega Genesis, okay? And that triple bypass went in perfectly. We had some issues. I guess I can hot glue these cables down now. Okay, so, but the board itself, the vias all stayed very intact, right? If you look carefully at this board, I had to put solder mask here because this via is actually ripping up off of the board, like the whole trace. So I had to like hold it back down with solder mask. There's a lot on here, and I've also got hot glue holding these cables down because that. But as you can see, like, see these vias right here. See, this one's completely burned out. This via doesn't even exist. Now it just connects right there, which I just took the cap leg and just soldered it to the resistor directly. So there's a lot of like fixing on this board, right? There's the solder, the vias are kind of broken, the traces are lifted. It's the board itself is kind of not aged well, and then on top
Provided
of that,
they function the same, I would use collecting a good model for yourself versus selling a top model to someone as the determining factor. I'd say let selfishness be a guide.
okay. So the other thing is this triple bypass board. I had to do surgery on it, right? So I had to transplant this RGB chip, and these boards are really cheap. Manufacturing on them is really cheap. So the mask came up where the legs are, so I had to run bodge wires from this chip to the capacitor that the legs go to, and then put solder mask to hold those wires on. Those wires are in there. You're probably not gonna be able to see them even if I get in here, but they're in the mask. They're like, well, you can see one of them there. They're like a hair. They're thinner than a hair. They're very, very thin, right? So I don't know if I should sell this
How
one.
confident in your repair for the long term are you?
This will work forever. Okay, it will need a recap. In 35, 40 years, it will need new capacitors. When that happens, this board is going to fall apart even more. This board has 40 to 50 years of life in it now. And it's going to need I would need to repair it and put new capacitors in, or someone of my level, in order for this board to work, to put new capacitors in. Because if somebody tries to take these out like the normal way with heat, and wiggle the capacitor out, that's going to break even more vias and traces. You're going to have to cut these off and very carefully, like a surgeon, remove the metal pins from the board so that you don't tear any more traces or vias out, especially with the ones that are already fragile. That said, this should be better, more well known, and easier to find someone of that skill level at that point in history. You would hope. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be less of us. So let's get hot glue so I can hot glue these down. Okay, so that's the issues with this board. Let me tell you the issues with the other board, so you can help me choose which one I should sell to a customer. Let me get it.
KK.
Okay, so this one, the board itself is in much better shape. Now, I'm not selling the 32X. The case is not quite as good on this one. It's a little more scuffed. And the problem is, you have to have this really obscurely unknown connector in order for the 32X to function on it, and the EverDrive, and this guy. This doesn't work, and this doesn't work without this special connector. And this thing costs like $20, $25 alone. So that raises the price of this unit if I'm going, because I can't really in good conscience sell this unit without this, because a good flash cart and a 32X will not function on here without this. And this is something people don't even know about. I had to do a ton of research to figure out what was going on with this, and this information isn't easy to find. So this board is in better shape, but by the time it needs a recap, you're going to end up probably in the same position as this one. So that might actually be kind of a moot point now that I think about it. Really, it's just this bodge fix for the triple bypass that is an issue.
My opinion? Sell the first board. You can be confident that the buyer will not have issues.
Well, they will if they don't understand this thing. Because this thing's a mystery to people. Like, I even posted on Reddit about it. And so, by the first board, do you mean this one, or do you mean this one? What's first to you? Is this the first one?
Mean the open board.
Yeah, sell this
the
one.
open board.
Yeah. It's less complicated, right? You know what? I'll warranty this. I'll include a warranty on this, like 5 years or something. That will make me feel better about it. Because I normally wouldn't include a warranty, but if I include like a 5-year warranty on this, just this one time, because of the condition of this thing, that would actually be a good move, and I'd feel better about it. Plus, the case is in better shape, and this board doesn't require a funky adapter to work. It just will work, you know. And I could sell it for a more reasonable price. Okay, see, this is why I want to talk to you about it, because it helps me. All right, let's get some glue, tacking these cables down. Get out of the way. Thanks for the 100 bits, dude. Was it what? There's no text to speech on that for some reason. What happened? Did I lose all my text to speech? Is that what happened? Oh, you know what? These cables might be up. This might be up a little bit too much. You broke it. Yeah, apparently you did. This might be too much hot glue. That's fine. I'll just use rubbing alcohol and get it off, but I didn't even think about that for some reason. Okay. So on this, we now have to do the case modification. Yeah, you know what? I'll warranty this. That'll make more sense. I'm just, I need to feel comfortable as a seller selling this stuff. It can't. It's no joke. It's no joke. Alright, let me get the music back on real quick. Thank you for the help. That's I just needed someone to talk to it and like give the context. You're an adult with a level of maturity that is beyond most people's grasp these days. Besides the self-deprecating denial of such facts that is inevitably incoming when I say such a
Ha
thing.
ha ha. That is a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so let me get the triple this went so much faster. I can't believe this actually was the fix. Bypass guide. Genesis guide. Apparently there's a guide for giving triple bypass heart surgery. If you just Google that. Alright. I know I have to trim. Well, let's see. Maybe on this one I don't have to trim it. Nope. No, I do. No, I do. Yeah, I think this is too much hot glue. Let's start the hot glue process over, because I kind of like haphazardly just did this in order to, keep these cables in place. I went a little overboard here. We just want the cables to be flush as best we can get them to be. Yeah, I'm gonna have to warranty this board for sure. I can't. I gotta feel really good about what I'm offering, because these are not cheap, dude. I think this is gonna go for like I have to look up the current market price, but I think it's like 140, 150 bucks for a triple bypass, and for good reason. This took me quite a long time, quite a lot longer than it. You know, a lot of the other more modern mods, and there's not a lot of information out there on how to do this, especially on this version. There was a lot of guesswork getting this functional. Oh my goodness. Trying not to screw up these wires. Okay. See, even this might be too much. Yeah, it's pretty thick. Pretty thick. So I got my delivery from Goodwill today. I ordered a Wii with a broken disk drive.
What do you call a fat psychic? A fortune teller.
A fortune teller. Jesus. I think we're just going to use a tiny bit of hot glue on each cable. Let me start heating that back up too.
Real men we standing up.
Real men, we standing up. That took me way too long to figure out what you were saying. All right. Do you have any interest in these old consoles? Yeah, I just packed this on there because I was like, don't want these cables fussing about.
I refurbed an APU SNES around Christmas.
Do you know about the new mod? Okay, APU SNES. What is that a 1 chip or is that a 2 chip? 3 chip, 2 chip, 3 chip. What kind of chips? Do you know the difference?
Two chip, I believe. Worst RGB signal.
Correct. So yeah, do you? But it has the most better compatibility with games. So there's kind of a trade-off there, isn't there? Okay, let's since we're gonna sell this one, let's do this well. Maybe I should also. No, the soldering's not too bad. Just gonna put a little dab, little tiny dab there. Okay, let's get some of these. Do you know about this upcoming mod for the 2 chip that fixes the RGB?
I cut the third pin on the PPU and fixed the power distro. I have a full cap replacement kit, but I didn't buy the SMD ones.
And I haven't heard about the new mod.
Really? Okay. Alright, so let's try to do these in a good way. Just a little bit. So there's a new mod. It should be out any day now. hopefully.
I fix things out of necessity and because I'm too cheap.
Well, I would love to mod your console if you're interested. Wow, this is so stringy. It's just going everywhere. Luckily, it's not for aesthetics. It's just for keeping the cables kind of in place. I think that's better. I gotta put glue underneath more than I gotta put glue on top. I've never hot glued cables down before, so this is a new skill set for me. Trying to figure this out. So put a dab of hot glue underneath the cable, or on top of. No, I tried to put it underneath.
I might be interested. I've got it going into a RetroTeak via component, then into an XR1 Pro Capture.
Which RetroTeak? 2X? 5X? Which one?
2X Pro.
Nice. I got that bad boy myself. I really want the 4K, obviously. Someday. Okay, let's...
زائد $700 for 4 كي ها.
I know. Well, it doesn't look pretty. I wish there was a way to make it look pretty. But to be fair, it doesn't need to look pretty. It needs to function. It needs to. The console itself is what needs to look pretty. So, yeah, I have a 5X, which wasn't cheap. And I have the 2X. I've got the 2XM as well, which I use on my Wii, which is absolutely fantastic, by the way. Highly recommend the 2XM, but it's not for sale anymore, so I can't highly recommend it like I want to, unfortunately. It's weird how that happens, because I think it's probably the best product for the Wii. The good news about using just like a dollop like this, other than how stringy this shit is it dries real fast, so that's good.
I've not figured out what I want to do with my N64. Lots of modding options, considering an HDMI kit, but
No.
still haven't settled on what I want to do.
Well, I'll give you a little bit of advice on that from somebody who has an N64 that is modded. You would be way better off not modding the console at all, because the difference between an RGB modded N64 and a good S-video cable is so very little that it is almost not even worth discussing. There's almost no point whatsoever. Actually, I don't know if there's that bracket. Okay, hold on. I may have to scoot this cable over more, because there's that weird plastic bracket. Where is that thing? Yeah.
True. Withered shadows and transparencies in Star Fox 64 will look equally terrible.
So, in my experience, all right, I have to give this more slack. These cables need to run. It's a good thing I did this a little bit higher up. I will show you. I have an RGB modded N64. Can yours be RGB modded with the cheap RGB mod from Voltar? Like there's a certain kind. This is such a mess with all this hot glue. I hate using hot glue. Somebody tell me a better solution.
I haven't opened it up yet. Not sure what model I have.
Okay, is it colored?
colored? though, and early model for sure.
Right, so it's most likely Alright, I'm just gonna kind of go to town in this spot because I can see how much clearance I actually have. It's most likely a gray model, right? It's not colored. It's not like a purple or translucent or one of the weird, like the colored N64s. I think all of the gray ones are compatible with the... I'm not sure. You'll have to check. But, ow, that was hot. This shit is all over my hands now. Well, it doesn't look pretty. It's not my finest work. But it's 100% functional. I'll get better at this hot glue thing. Someday. I don't think today is that day. It just wants to string everywhere, which is not helping. Is it gray or not? Is it the one that I played on at your house with Jared? we were in high school. Alright, it's good. It's good. It's good. It almost actually fits without the mod, but that's fine. We'll cut it out.
It might be. I had 30 people playing GoldenEye on my 19th birthday.
That's awesome. I can't believe it was a capacitor. Still, I'm still shocked about this. Okay. I'll have to tell him. I'll tell him he's sourced his caps poorly. He probably knows. Okay, let's look at this way. So, and maybe use a Sharpie. Actually, cut that out. Is that gonna be enough? Yeah. Oh, you know what I used last time? These craft scissors. So, it's most likely compatible with the cheaper
You're
RGB mod.
surprised as at the cup as I was when I successfully replaced a PS5 analog stick list 14 solder points to heat up at once.
Jared still needs to send me that PS4 too, so I can fix that. Really trying to not cut myself here on metals.
Yeah, I tried to fix it, but didn't have a hot enough iron or the right flux at the time of the attempted fix.
Oh, really? Yeah, I need to get a hold of it so I can fix it. There's a very nifty way to restore the power connection if it's been ripped off the board.
The great thing about stationery shops is they're always in the same place.
Should I apologize for that? Uh-oh, what are you two? Oh, that's that screw that was for the Vita that was kind of screwed. It was not in a good way.
He ripped the pad off the board too, so I tried stripping some mask off the nearby ground plane. Only had واحد got it.
It keeps giving you like the crazy voices. And I only have English localization turned on, so I don't understand. Ow. Even the non-sharp sections here are kind of a pain in the ass. I may need to get my other nippers to get this cleanly off, because I don't think the scissors are going to do it. Or I could use the new grinding tool. Oh, that was better. That's much better. All right. That's too fine. I need sandpaper. Here we go. I may put some tape on this edge. What about the mister? Are you any interested in the mister? Or are you just more of an actual console kind of guy?
Actual console TBH.
Yeah.
Just keeping my childhood alive.
I do both. I do both. To be fair, I do both. I think the Mister is a good kit for streaming because it's really affordable. How do we want to do this? But yeah, the N64, I did an RGB mod. And the difference between S-Video and RGB, negligible. Slightly, and when I say slightly, I mean like absolutely slightly better colors. Like, it is, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put it like this, and then we'll cut it this way. Just fold it over. Okay, it's not sharp at all. That's good. Like, is it worth modding? In my opinion, after doing it, no. No. I think S-Video alone, that's perfect. S-Video on the N64 looks so good. On the right scaler is the thing. So I would get, if you don't want to spend like the big money, let me build you a GBSC, because that's one of the things I want to do. In fact, I'll build you one for cost, and I only need some of the pieces. So do you know about the GBSC?
Some.
Well, I already have a lot. I already have like the caps.
Yeah, let me think about that.
So I'll build you a GBSC with SCART. Let me go make sure the cable, because it feels quite snug. Oh, okay, it just sat down better. I still want to check. It's interesting because it's still not super flush. I think it's because the board underneath is actually flexed. So let's get it out and actually, when I put the other screws in, it might solve the issue.
You do great quality work, by the way. This channel should be more popular than it is.
Hey, I just started, so I'm not worried about being popular. I just want to do good work and start doing this for a living instead of building websites. So I'm just gonna keep buying broken stuff off of Goodwill and eBay, trying to fix it. Okay, that looks pretty good.
AI will be building website very soon.
Yeah, it's
This
already
stuff
happening.
There's a huge market for.
Oh no, hold on. Yes, this will hold the board down, but I'm getting ahead of myself. These screws have to go in to the top. Oh, I can, hold on, I can see the... I can see the bend in the bottom plane. Yeah, you can already go to Wix and get an AI build site right now. I'm gonna turn down the music too. It's probably too loud, huh? Let's do that. There's no music on YouTube or Kick if you guys want no music. Yeah, so I appreciate the compliment. Thank you. I'm actually not streaming because I want viewers and stuff. It's more so that I can find people who can help me learn too, because there's a lot of people who do this kind of work, or electrical engineers, and like if I had an electrical engineer came to my channel regularly, I'm sure he would have been like, hey, check the capacitor on that triple bypass. If the audio is too low, it may be that the capacitor... Now, I understand just enough about electronics to realize that that might be what's going on, because I know a capacitor is kind of like a little battery, and so if there's a voltage difference going on between the capacitors, the two capacitors, it's affecting the output signal, driving it down or driving up. Oh, there's still a screw in you. Dang it. I didn't take them all out. The bane of my existence is these top IO shields need... You gotta put the shield down first. Put any other screw in. So yeah, I'm doing, and the other reason I stream this is because it's a level of accountability for a brand new business in a field where there's really smart, talented electrical engineer modders, people who build mods, that are doing this stuff. Now, there's not a lot, right? There's a huge demand for having old consoles repaired, refurbished, which is obvious, because if you look on eBay, you'll see, like, every week a PlayStation 1 with the X-Station mod is being sold for a good amount of money. And a PlayStation... a lot of these old consoles are being sold on eBay for a decent amount of money. And so there's obviously a demand. And then DK oldies and stuff for, you know, they sell this stuff at a premium. And they're not even really refurbishing it to this point. And it's just going to become more and more important to have your consoles recapped, repaired. If you really care about your consoles, guys, you should recap them. You should put new capacitors on them. Absolutely. And if you don't know how, or you're uncomfortable with that, because you might break something, and then you don't know how to fix it, then send it to me. If you're in the US. Let's try to clean up some of this dust. It's just kind of like hiding in the corners. The cartridge slot on here is actually really fantastic. It's in good shape. I've given this a pretty good scrub in the past, because this was my console. but I will give it a really thorough clean before I actually sell it. I gotta buy some like console cleaning supply stuff to do it right. My main concern right now is functionality and the inside. But yeah, I think modding the N64 is kind of pointless. The RGB mod, that I was like shocked at how good the S-Video looks already, and then I put the RGB mod in and I plugged in the very expensive RGB cables. So you have to pay for the frickin' mod, and then you gotta pay for the expensive RGB cables. I mean, it's too much money. Cheap S-Video cables. It's a very small improvement in just colors. And I was like, oh, I just spent like $100 to make this N64 like look 1% better. Like literally. S-Video is fine. You don't need to mod your N64. What you need to do is invest money in a good scaler. That's the real trick.
The best time on a clock is 6:30, hands down.
I need the controller remote, so we're going to try the 32X now.
Using an HD Retrovision component cable for my SNES. I'm shocked at how good it looks through the scaler after the fixes.
True.
It was a really expensive cable through.
No signal? Loose cable, maybe? Yeah. Alright. HD Retrovision cables. Now imagine having to buy them. Oh, shoot. I forgot about the region thing. Now imagine having to buy them for your SNES, your Genesis 2/32X, your PlayStation 1. I mean, I have so many HD Retrovision cables, component cables. It's absurd, and they're so expensive. Those are cheaper. I did too. I have the PS2 and I have the Wii. But those are like $30. They're like half the price. Thankfully. Well, 32X works. And audio looks like it's good. Alright, once I buy some cleaning supplies and get this surface...
That looks like a great Prince of Persia mod to Besh smile.
True. Once I get some cleaning supplies to clean up the outside of this console and make it look nice, I'll put it on my website for sale, and it will come with a warranty. So if anybody wants a Model 2 Genesis that is completely functional and has a triple bypass mod, looks and sounds fantastic, it will be available on my website for sale. Someday these things might actually sell too.
I never owned a Genesis.
Nobody
had one though.
I didn't either. But I had played one because of friends and stuff, right? And you probably did too. I gotta get rid of this metal shards and danger on my desk. I'll be right back. Alright, do you want me to spend some time with the N64?
Buddy Cthulhu, have you done much in the way of 3DS modding for external video out? I think there's all of one person doing that now since the person in Japan who started that got shut down by Japanese law.
Really? I want to. I would like to, but that's not an easy mod. And honestly, the soft mod that you do the Wi-Fi video capture, it's a lot better now.
I'm about ready to start my stream up. Once I gather the strength to get out of this chair to hit the head.
All right, well, you'll just have to trust me, or if you have time at another point, I can show you the N64. You know, different scalers and options and cables and stuff, so you can make a more informed decision what to do. So this will be on for sale eventually.
Appreciate it. I'll catch up with you for sure.
Man, it really keeps giving you these voices. What the heck? Processing. I have what? I have the localization.
Ha ha ha. Sounds like I'm back in LA again.
Turned off. They're all ignored. Why? Whatever, I'll leave it. It's fine. I don't know why it's like this. Oh, somebody actually listened to my music this week. Interesting. Okay. So here's what. Let me put this other triple bypass with these bad caps in here. I got a message to seller about that later. I can't believe it was a capacitor. A bad cap. What a wow, so stupid. So I got one good triple bypass out of the two, but I had to do surgery between the two in order to get one good triple bypass mod. It was still cheaper, to be fair, than one from some of these other companies. But who wants to have to do surgery like that? Alright, let's do this bad boy now. Well, I don't know how far we're going to go in with this, because the stream's almost over today, but at least we got the triple bypass thing worked out. Today's a more lucky day, that's for sure. So I bought this off of Goodwill. Me can't see disc in men. Me can't see disc in men. Why are you putting a disc in men? We have GameCube, we have flaps, we have gunk. Oh god, this thing's gonna be nasty. Oh yeah, oh god, this was in a smoker's house. This is gonna need a super deep clean. I'm not. Nope. Not looking forward to this one. Okay, shall we see if it even powers up and works? And oh, I went the wrong way with that, didn't I? Yeah, this is gonna be a very deep clean project. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, we'll test this console real fast and see if it even works. Do we get an SD card? Nope. Oh god, it's filthy. It's absolutely freaking filthy. Oh god, it is so gross. This console needs a big bath. I'm gonna wash my hands. Come on. Okay, do we have a signal? No. Why do we have no signal? Says it was work. Can't see disk and menu. I can't see anything. No disk and menu is halfway. It's not even true. No, nothing in menu. There's no video output at all. Although we have sound. What? Maybe. Why do we have? Maybe it's the settings are not quite right. Let me see if I can adjust some things. I need a flashlight.
Bengu, it was there.
Last night, me and my girlfriend watched 3 DVDs back to back. Luckily, I was the one facing the TV.
I got the Wiimote connected, but hold on. Oh, I don't have my sensor bar plugged in up here. I'm stupid. I'm like, why isn't it working? Well, the sensor bar is not plugged in, dummy. Oh, maybe I have too many lights. You should be able to use the D-pad. All right, so yeah, it was 480i. I had the scaler on pass through, and so it was trying to pass through 480p. Can't pass through 480i to the capture card. Okay, so it can't read any discs. What discs should I sacrifice? Wii Sports?
That looks way better than my Wii to my TV. I wonder how much power of a cable I'm using for that system.
This drive doesn't sound very healthy. Okay, so it's a 2XM. It's a RetroTink 2XM. If you can get one, it's the best scaler I have seen for this kind of purpose. To be fair, I would... Okay, so yeah, the disc went in, nothing happened. Oh, it came back out. It ejected it immediately.
The kids mostly play Just Dance and Smash Melee on that Wii.
Okay, so yeah, the description was right. The console works, but it does not read discs. So that means we have to take it apart. So that'll be Monday, because you know, it takes like about 16 hours to open up a Wii. You don't have your Wii soft modded, Artisan? Hold on, I gotta wash my hands. I don't want to rub my eyes.
Noob, totally original, no soft mode.
Oh, soft mod's so good on the Wii, dude. Oh, you're missing out. I will show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. Just need a nunchuck. The sensor bar out here. I think I have too many lights. Oh, okay. No, it is working. Okay, let's go to the homebrew channel.
I had such a dirty signal out my Wii. I probably should check the cable I'm using first.
Well, maybe. Let's go to Wii Flow. Hopefully my hard drive's plugged into the correct USB ports. Has to be in the correct one. There's two, and one's for data and one's for power. Okay, it worked. So, soft modded Wii. Look at this. These are all games on my hard drive. Look at this business. So I don't have to pull a disc off my shelf.
That's nuts, to be honest.
I do not have to take a disc off my shelf. They're all just on the hard drive. And there's some fixes to make the games and the video signal look better on certain consoles. Now they are trying to figure out how the ones that don't work for that, if they will just, if there's a mod like a capacitor mod or a video chip swap or something that you can do. Oh, did it not? It froze. I haven't loaded a game yet from that menu. Soft mod is so impressive. It just, you don't even have to play the game. It just gives you like the perfect little
I do need to
black
fix
screen.
the fan or the disk drive.
Sounds horrible. I need to give it some attention now that I think about it.
Guess I'll add it to my list of projects for vacation in 2 weeks.
Have to reset the console, I think. I've never tried to load some of these games, so I don't know. Maybe they just don't. Some of the games don't work. I know Excite Truck works. That's the last one I tried. Oops, sorry. Whoops. Go back. Why? It should just go back to the menu from there. It's not even that big of a deal. But you can also install games directly to the menu to launch. It's pretty great. So I know GX Loader works. There's a 240p test suite, so you can dial in things like colors and stuff. Let's go back to WeFlow though, because I like WeFlow better. Save Game Manager, which is pretty cool. I know this usually takes a moment to load. The hard drive can be finicky because it doesn't get quite enough power. I think that's what we're dealing with here. I think the hard drive's losing power. Let me maybe I did put the ports in backwards. Let's try GX Loader, because I know that works. I just put WeFlow on here recently, and I haven't used it very much. I do like how WeFlow looks, but I don't know. I don't know if I should trust it. I can Google it and see. We have a little bit before dinner. I could try to see if we can fix it, but I'm more used to using this. And this will actually time out properly if the USB is not loading, because it has this screen. It'll tell you that the USB hard drive is missing. So there's Excite Truck. Let's try Mario again. See if it's a problem with the crashing with Mario Galaxy. I just like how the flow, the cover art flow thing looks better. Yeah, see, this is loading, so it must be something with flow. Let me do some Google foo. Google foo. WeFlow black screen. Loading a game. Load the game, walk away for 10 minutes. Takes time for WeFlow to load, load the game. If you're using a normal hard drive, it would be even slower. Come back in 20 minutes. Oh, you need to open the game just before to run select options or configuration and select ISO 251 in last page. I don't know. There's probably some settings I need to do for it to load properly. Alright.
That's a really clean vid signal.
I know, dude. Okay, so this is the 2XM on pass-through mode. It's not even scaling anything. It's literally just converting the Wii's RGB 480p signal to HDMI. That's it. That's all it's doing, with no processing whatsoever. It actually looks worse if I set the scaler. I turn the scaling option on. It gets the soft, really soft image. You know what's crazy? It looks even better if I scale it up to 1440p with the with the M Classic. You want to see? Switch over to my M Classic output. Green. The capture card is green, but I have it on the monitor behind me. Oh, that's not my monitor. It's on the monitor, but it's not on the capture card. Capture card. Green? Oh, the Matrix is freaking out. Sometimes with these weird resolution switches, the matrices will give you a weird signal, so I have to like, nope, it's still green. It's still green. Although I can see it here, no problem. The heck? Can we get a different...
What's red and bad for your teeth? A brick.
Why is it just green all of a sudden? Let's turn the M Classic off. You know how I know how I could show you. I could show you because it should be going to the other capture card. Let me see if it's green on my monitor too. Why would it be coming out here? Oh, because it's still 480. This is not M Classic. Something's weird with the M Classic. Let's see. Capture cards. Oh yeah, I got a green signal here too. Okay. Okay, that looks right. Let me switch back. I think I know what's happening. The cable was loose. Okay. Well, that's not gonna look good until let's change the capture card. No. Didn't work. Oh, they're on the same output. And this matrix, I need to repair this matrix. Duo 2 should be on 1, and Duo 1 should be on 2. 2, 1. 1. Okay, here we go. There we go. Except I got a no... I got no signal.
Ha ha ha.
Why is it coming out of 1 but not... Let's try 4. Oh, maybe because of the 1440p. Okay, but the problem is, I think that's 240p. I think I have to do this the other way. I have to do Duo 1 will take the 1440p image. So we'll swap these. Yeah, okay. Perfect. So now if I do this, you can see my monitor. Okay, perfect. Here's it zoomed in. So this is with the M Classic. Let me zoom in, and we can switch back and forth between the M Classic and the regular. Capture cards. Okay, so let's switch back and forth. So oh, I gotta put you... Actually, let's put Duo 2 on the Matrix. Okay, so there's the 480p pass-through, right? So if we look real close at something... let me get closer. What should we look at? The Luma? Can you see the aliasing real good now? So this is the 480p signal. Let's look around, and then let's go to the 1440p signal, the M Classic. I don't know why the frame rate's struggling. Is my capture card switching? It's dropping frames. That's OBS. It doesn't look like that on my monitors and stuff. Maybe it's the
canal
downscale.
is way better than what I have. And there's no chromatic aberration on the earliest ages. Yeah,
Have you seen-
I think I've bought a horrible cable.
Have you seen the M Classic before? When utilized properly? Because I think the M Classic actually does a really good job when utilized properly. So there's a little bit of shimmeriness, like on the edges of moving things. And it's a bit worse blown up on a big monitor. But if I go back, and I don't mind, I really don't mind.
Looks pretty good. I think my next project is to get my Wii up to snuff.
Yeah. I've tried those cheap Wii HDMI adapters. There is one good one out there. There's one.
I have a Wii U, but my Wii is really as my GameCube.
I mean, you can see right here, right? Like, I have to point this way. Actually, I don't have to point this way. I can do it this way. If you look at her dress, right? Look at just like the edges of her body on her dress, and I'll go back to the M Classic and look at her dress. The arms are still struggling a bit, but look at how smooth now. the edge of her dresses. That's crazy. And you know, you're staring at something that's gonna look more shimmery, but when you're running around playing,
that M Classic handles that dress really well.
When you're playing, it's not gonna make any difference. Look at how smooth the bubble is. Now let's jump off again. Go back to the pixelated. So that's M Classic. So it's not a massive difference, to be fair. But and I can't even tell. There we go. That's the M Classic off. So the bubble is more pixelated, but it's not bad. I don't mind the pixelated look though. I really don't. It doesn't even bother me at all. But the M Classic, when you're sitting far away and you're playing on a TV, it looks pretty good. It makes Switch games look really good too. I like it on the Switch as well. It does a much better job upscaling 480p content with anti-aliasing than it does 720p and 1080p and all that. But I think the M Classic does a pretty damn good job, to be fair. It's the XRGB. I think it's dropping frames because of the capture card is set to XRGB. If I go in and I turn off XRGB, the colors will get worse. Let's do NV12, but the frame rate will be better. I really need to get a new streaming graphics card. So like XRGB. I don't know. Maybe we fixed it. Yeah, I just needed to go in and re-choose the settings. Because that seems smoother for some reason. Maybe it just wasn't hooked into the graphics card properly. Or the, Actually, I'm using X264, so that's not helping. I got 70% CPU usage right now. The drivers, I gotta roll back the drivers, the NVIDIA drivers, to fix it. Yeah, the Wii can look really great. Really, really great. Alright, I got a minute or two before I gotta go have dinner. Let's see if there's some way to actually fix this issue with Wii Flow, because I really like Wii Flow better. I want to use Wii Flow. But this guy said...
Thanks for sharing all this.
Of course, of course, of course. I still think the M Classic is the best scaling option for the Wii. I'm not gonna die on the hill, but I'm definitely gonna... So my situation is so complicated here. Thank you for being patient enough to let me figure it out, because I have 3 matrices in my setup, and I've got 3 capture cards that are all... I have to fuss with the signals. So like the main M Classic signal is coming through one capture card that then is being passed to another matrix, which gets sent to either capture card. And only one of the 2 on this computer can take the 1440p image. So I have to make sure the inputs are set correctly on this matrix. If I try to send the 1440p one to the other capture card, it won't work, which is what was happening. So this is a pretty fussy setup, but it allows me to not have to like recable everything. I can send anything from my setup, including the 480p non-M Classic signal and the M Classic signal at the same time to 2 different capture cards, which is actually really cool. So we could switch back and forth with just a button press. It's finicky, but it's functional. And if anything along the chain breaks, it's hard to tell what's broken because there's like 100+ HDMI cables in my setup. All right, so Duo 1, we can leave that on the 4K. And Duo 2 can go to this screen. And of course I did the wrong one. B is Duo 2. And we need to turn Duo 2 back on so we can see my screen. So that's the 4K capture card.
I pulled a garbage bag of cables from behind my system when I cable cleaned this last vacation.
Oof, jeez. Yeah, it's very easy to do. So this is the 4K capture card on my gaming computer capturing the signal, which is being then displayed through OBS and passed to a monitor, and that monitor is going through an HDMI splitter which goes to a screen and the capture card. Or actually the matrix, so that I can pass it to the capture card. So this is actually just my monitor. You're just seeing a capture of my monitor from a capture card through a splitter, and this is an OBS. See, it's my monitor. This is just a full screen projector window of OBS on the monitor. So sometimes it doesn't look so great, frame rates and stuff, but it's just functional for me to capture stuff.
Two parrots are sitting on a perch. One turns to the other and asks, "Do you smell fish?"
Okay, if the games are loading, the storage media is the culprit. No. Okay, let's go into the options of WeFlow and see if there's... Did this turn on? Apparently there's some kind of setting in WeFlow. iOS 251.
iOS NES дефіс більше ніж компонент дефіс більше ніж 2x скалер дефіс більше ніж EVGA XR1 Pro дефіс більше ніж OBS дефіс більше ніж FS Projector то main monitor. Can't fail any latency.
Oh, that's good. There probably is latency. Okay, so... Settings... Alright, I'm not seeing... Browse and search, found a solution to load the game with iOS 251. He says black screen, not load the game, freezes this. Okay, what? Here's a YouTube video on it.
Today's video is going to focus on the errors. Load here. And down, and then loader.
Where do I set the loader? Okay, maybe it's not in the settings. Plugins? No? You would think it would be in here.
I had to just go check out what the hell that noise was. Hell, snow. I don't think I would have been able to hear that W. Oh, my hearing aids.
I don't know why it keeps... I'm going to give you your own voice. I'm just going to pick a voice for you because it just wants to give you this one voice over and over, dude. It's the same voice every time.
That is so awesome, by the way, with the voices.
I have to have them because I'm going to give you one. Google standard mail, probably. Let's do, should we give you a Korean voice? I'll give you this one. Speech, users. There. There you go. It keeps giving you the same one. I don't. It should be good now. You have a voice. It's the voice I just chose. Whatever. We'll see what it sounds
Testing,
like.
testing.
It's not so bad.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Everything else is good. Now when you actually load on the game, you must change it. Go to the gear icon, you must change it to 250.
Oh wait, why didn't I have that? I didn't have those settings when I went in to WeFlow.
Go enjoy dinner, sir. I'll do the same once the fam gets back from skating.
Ice skating? I'm gonna enjoy dinner. It only takes me a minute to cook.
Roller.
Roller skating. Nice.
Roller that is.
Rollar's fine. It's fine by me. Okay, when I go in. Okay. Settings. iOS 250. So I have to do this on every game? Why can't we just... Looks like it's actually loading now. It is. Well, that's a little annoying. So I have to make sure it's on 250 for each game. Whoops. Well, anyway, it works. So this is cool. The soft mod is one of my favorites. The Wii U soft mod's pretty great too. I recommend both of those soft mods. The Vita's pretty great too. Although there's a lot of plugins for the Vita and they can all start to conflict with each other, which is kind of a pain. And also, can I just say I'm so happy that we actually fixed the Genesis triple bypass.
Still on Og Vita.
I broke my Vita's D-pad board, so I had to order a new one. So we'll be replacing that when that comes in. No, I'm so happy that the Genesis triple bypass is actually working and successful. So I'll get a new capacitor. I ordered a bunch of capacitors from AliExpress, but they're not here yet. They're sure taking their time. So, I'm so grateful. Thank you for your help today too, Arzane. That's it's been nice talking to you and having you just having you here to converse with has given my brain.
You're very welcome.
a better way to process decision making, right, for how I'm gonna do this new business. So, because this is my new focus. I really want to fix things. I think there's better legs. I think there's more long-term benefits and like no AI is gonna be repairing in electronics. So if I can get really good at this, I'll have a job. The website.
I think this is an awesome direction for work.
Yeah, the website thing is not great. And when I fixed Jared's HDMI port a couple of years ago on the PS4, that was hard. That was not easy. And then actually when I replaced the HDMI port on the camera, that was even harder. Most of the stuff that I'm going to fix is not going to be that hard. I think replacing HDMI ports, I have much better equipment now, would be a lot easier. I was just so nervous too with Jared's PlayStation. I really wanted to fix it and make it work. And I went really slow. And I took my time. I knocked off a component. I put that back on. And it was like a resistor on the back. But I got it off. I got the new one on. And when I plugged it in and it worked, I was like, yes! I got to give this back to Jared and it works. I was so happy. Alright, we'll investigate the Wii on Monday to see if we can get the disk drive working. It may just be a dirty lens. There could be something stuck in the disk drive. That didn't sound like that, but it could be. It could be anything. So
I'll probably buy some broken boards to practice SMD soldering. I need to practice so I can build my DDR pad out of a PS3 controller.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Do you have a good soldering iron now? This KSGER is very good. That's what I'm using. Highly recommend. I'll try to get a better arm for my microscope camera here too, situated, so it's not so shaky. I have some other ones I can try.
Temp control, heating station now too.
Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's real important. This T12 soldering station is really great. I love it. So. Okay, gotta make sure I don't have anything hot with a hot end still turned on or plugged in, which it looks like I don't. We can turn our lights off and say our adieu. Annyeong guseo.
Laters.
See ya. Have a good night, guys. Have a good weekend. Eat your dinner. Speak Korean. Eat meat. Enjoy life. And I will be back on Monday with more fixing stuff. So we got that that came in, and I got a bunch of capacitor kits. So we're gonna be replacing capacitors in like Sega Saturn, N64. I don't even know. I got that might be it. Because I used the other ones, didn't I? Did the 32X already. I don't know. We'll see. I thought I bought more than that, but there's 3 here. Oh yeah, we gotta do the Genesis, the other Genesis. And I want to do a triple bypass on there, but I gotta get that chip so we can do it. I don't even know if there's a guide on that one. That one's gonna be a massive question mark. So yeah, N64, Sega Saturn, power supply and board, and the Genesis. So we got those upcoming. Alright guys, I'm gonna go have dinner. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, we'll see you when I see you. Go enjoy your life and go hang out with your favorite streamers now. See you guys.